Hey guys, welcome back to another AFK Arena video, and in this video, I've heard a lot of people talking in, comments of videos, in, other live streams of other YouTubers, and some of my friends, some guildmates. I've heard them talking, and they're like, who should I Stargaze for? Who should I Stargaze for next? It's a very common question in the game, especially with your early game players who just unlocked Stargazing for the first time. So I'm going to go over what I would go for with the Stargazing. So first off, it really depends on where you're going for. Are you going for PvP? Are you going for Cursed Realm and Twisted Realm? Or are you going for campaign? So, for no matter what I would do is I would grab an Elite Plus copy of the Twins and an Elite Plus copy of Mortis, because all they really need is their ultimate abilities, so that they can function, and the Elite Plus is so that they can actually qualify for specific game modes, such as Twisted Realm. So, grab yourself an Elite Plus copy of the Twins, Elite Plus copy of Mortis. That's what I would go for first. So, for the campaign, you really only have a few heroes that you absolutely need. First off, you have Lucretia. Lucretia, she just does so much damage that she can really just carry campaign just by herself. Hold on. Just watch this. Where is... My Lucretia team is Team 4. Watch this. Lucretia just absolutely starts pulverizing enemies. She does get stuck on Brutus and Rigby and things like that, but she is really powerful. I would build her out to plus 30 signature item, 9 of 9 furniture, engraving 60. I would get all the tier 4 gear for her. I would just build her out. She is so powerful. Next up, another important one for campaign that you are going to need is Alna. For the popular campaign team of the Alna Graveborns, or Alna Grizzle, whatever you want to call it, you need Alna. The only way she works is with the 9 of 9 furniture, which, when it makes it to where when Alna is placed on the front line of the battlefield, the effects of the Winter's Call skill affects both frontline heroes, and the Winter's Call gives 8 seconds of immunity at the beginning of battle. So, you pair her with a Grez, just very, very good. Very good. I personally haven't built Alna because I'm not campaign focused, but I would definitely go for Alna. Next up, you want to get a copy of Mahira, because all she really needs to do is to be able to get that Mesmerize ability off. And then you want to get Khazard to Mythic for the plus 30 signature item, which, it just helps with Mahira's crowd control. It really does. It makes it to where, enemies are less immune to the crowd control that Mahira puts off. And then you'd want to come back, you want to get Mahira to that plus 30 signature item as well, just for survivability purposes. And then, let's see, for campaign, you will also need to build Zolrath. You need to get him to Ascended. Because the main thing that he needs is the 3 of 9 furniture, which makes it to where your team enters the battlefield 0.75 seconds before the enemy, which gives you just enough time to pop a crowd control skill, keep Flora out of the air, start getting Mahira charms, things like that. And then for campaign, you will need Mortis to Mythic, because, survivability purposes. Give him that plus 20 signature item, the plus 30 isn't necessary. And then, the last thing that I'd really say that you need for campaign is Halus. Halus is a really nice support He gives tons of buffs. He gives energy to heroes that are shielded. You need the full build, though. You need plus 30 signature item, 9 of 9 furniture, engraving 60, so you need 1 star on Halus. So, now we're going into the Cursed Realm. Twisted Realm and Cursed Realm. Very first hero that I would build, you need twins. And there's really no set point you need to build the twins to. You just need to make it to where they do not die in the battles. Because the twins are so just incredibly important. I borrow the twins every week from one of the people on my friends list, so I'm not building twins, I'm building Halus. I will be building twins after Halus, though, so I can borrow other more important things than the twins. Typically, if you get the twins to Mythic, twins should be able to last a very long time in battle, depending on how far you have other heroes built. But definitely, eventually, the twins will need 9 of 9 furniture, and if you get really, really far into Twisted Realm and Cursed Realm, you will start needing engravings on the twins. The only reason they're used, though, is this skill that gives 75 haste points to all allies for 10 seconds. That's a lot of haste. Because if you look at my engraving 80 Mishka, we look at her stats, she's only got 42 haste points. So 75 haste for 10 seconds is amazing. Next up for Cursed Realm, I would definitely go Halus. Once again, incredible buffs. The energy for the, extended amount of time. And then, after Halus, I would go Mortis. Same reason for campaign. His empowerment skill. Just really good buffs. And then, let's see. Next up for Cursed Realm, I would personally go the regular version of Taeline. She does healing. She's got pretty good damage. And really, Awakened Taeline cannot replace regular Taeline. You could also go Lucretia instead of Taeline. I would probably slot them at about the same place. But now that I think about it more, I would probably go Lucretia and then Taeline, just because Lucretia is used in Cursed Realm and in Campaign and Hypogean Tower. Lucretia's just used way more than, yeah. And then pretty much after those heroes, I would go for your Campaign meta heroes for Stargazing, because those are also used in the Cursed Realm. Aside from that, Moriel has a niche use, but is replaced by another hero, and we will get into that in a moment. Audrey, she does pretty okay in the Cursed Realm, but she's kind of fallen out. You will need Zolrath, but then again, I said go for your campaign meta. Frampton did okay for a little bit. Valoris does pretty good. But, yeah. That's the meta heroes for Cursed Realm, from my point of view. And then for PvP, I'm not really that heavy into PvP, but from what I've seen, Alna is really important, especially for specific comps such as Awakened Brutus Stall, Awakened Brutus Dimensionals. They require Alna. You need Halus for the buffs. You need Mortis for the buffs. Let's see, who else do you need PvP-wise? Frampton works really well. Kanissa and Rook is amazing in PvP from what I've seen. Tarnos also works really well. Flora is incredible in PvP. You've got Taeline. Pretty much, when it comes to PvP, you won't use twins. You won't use Wukong. I don't think you use Moriel. You definitely don't use Titus. I've not seen much Mizoth play. Same with Leofric and Zekus, so I don't really think those will be on your priority. Other than that, all the Celestial and Hypogeans are going to be up there. Now, along with the Stargazer, you've got your Temple of Time, which you've got your 6 awakened heroes. So this is the Stargazer. You can choose any of these heroes. I've just gone over the Stargazing priority. Temple of Time. You've only got 6 heroes. What is the priority here? So, let's start. First off, where is he? Awaken Disease. Do not heavily invest in him. He is only used for 1 skill. I think it's this one. And then, even at that, it works at 1 copy of Awaken Disease, and it's not really used too much. So, do not even bother grabbing a copy of Awaken Disease. If you get him from normal summons, cool, you can use him. But do not start just investing resources in him unless you're pay to win, in which case, do whatever you want. But yeah, what it does is it puts the enemy on the opposite side of him to sleep for like 10 seconds or until they lose a certain amount of health. Awaken Talene. Massive, massive damage. Absolute carry in the Celestial Tower. She's really, really amazing. She resurrects herself. She shields all the allies, but she's not top priority. So, let's see. Then you've got Awakened Thane. He just does massive damage. That's it. And he does way more damage after he's killed an enemy. Let's see. Awakened Brutus. Massive, massive crowd control. 2 immunities to prevent him from dying. Amazing damage. Let's see. Awakened Solace. Massive damage, massive healing. Just all around amazing. And then Awakened Baden. I'm not really too sure about Awakened Baden. If you pull it off correctly, he can cheat death 7 times. He does pretty good damage if he survives. So all around, who would I prioritize? First off, no matter what. Well, not really no matter what. If you're going for Cursed Realm, Awaken Solace is first, because of the amount of damage and the amount of places she's used in Twisted Realm and Cursed Realm. Awaken Solace is first. Build her out first. Then, you've got Awaken Brutus for Cursed Realm. He's used in quite a few formations, but not as many as Awaken Solace. Then you would go Awaken Thane, because he's also used in Cursed Realm. Actually, I wouldn't go Awaken Thane, now that I think about it. I would go Awaken Talene, because there's a specific Twisted Realm boss and Cursed Realm boss that she's absolutely irreplaceable in. She does... Without Awaken Talene built out, I would not place as high up as I do in that boss. That's all I've got to say. And then I would go Awaken Thane because of how frequently he's used. And then I would do Awaken Baden because, yeah, he's not really used too much in Cursed Realm. Then Awaken Disease, just, never build him. Never build him. That's about it. And then as for other places, the priority would be only 1 copy of Awaken Solace. And then for, like I said, for other places anywhere outside of Cursed Realm, you get the 1 copy of Awaken Solace, and then you build Awaken Brutus. Because he is used absolutely everywhere. Every single game mode. He's used in very late game campaign. He's used a lot in PvP. In fact, he is probably the top PvP hero from what I've seen. He's also used in Cursed Realm a little bit. Not really Twisted Realm, but Cursed Realm a lot. So after Awaken Brutus, I would return to building Awaken Solace. You build her out. And then afterwards, I would leave you again with the choice Awaken Talene or Awaken Thane, but I would definitely do Awaken Talene above Awaken Thane. Then Awaken Brutus, Awaken Baden. And then lastly, you've got the Awaken Disease. That's pretty much all I've got to say about Stargazing and Awakening. Something you want to note, though, about Awakened Heroes, the reason why you want to build them out so far is because unlike other heroes where their skills are leveled up by, hero level, their ultimate skill is upgraded through Ascension, second skill upgraded through Signature Item, third skill upgraded through Furniture, fourth skill by Engraving. So, keep that in mind as you're building your Awakened Heroes. And the only real way to build Awakened Heroes efficiently is spending 500 diamonds on your time emblem every day in the shop after you hit chapter 20. That's the only way to build the Awakened Heroes. I've played the game since a little before Awakened Heroes came out. And through all this time, I've bought my time emblems every day. I've done all the events. I've only gotten the 1-star Awakened Taline and Mythic Tier Awakened Solus. These things are hard to build, but when you build them, it's worth it. Anyways, that's about it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.